It was morning in the Loud House, and Lincoln is enjoying a plate of bacon and eggs for breakfast while reading a comic when his sisters walk in. Lori came in and announced her family, "Hey guys, don't forget my golf tournaments this afternoon." In response, Lincoln ducked underneath the table and Lori continued, "You're all going to be there to support me, right?" Her sisters all agree, and they'll be there. Lenny even said, "And even Nat, you're all coming to my charity fashion show, right?" And they all agree. And after that, "Don't forget my grave digging competition," Lucy added. They all say that they were, and Lincoln crawls out from under the table, then comes across Lily. "Lincoln!" But suddenly Lincoln notices Lily's bottle on top of the fridge and went ahead and put her on Lana's skateboard. The board collides with the fridge and the bottle drops right onto her hands, letting her drink from the contents from it. Lincoln then escapes to the living room without his sisters and seeing him, and sighs in relief. Lincoln then clears his throat, and then turns to the viewers. "I know what you're thinking. Lincoln, why are you trying to get out of your sister's activities? Well, you don't know my life." Just then a calendar of Lincoln's sister calendars showed up and gets filled with his sisters' faces, indicating the event for them suspiciously. With 10 sisters, my calendar is booked every day with stuff. I'm supposed to go to rodeos, pageants, and open mic nights. Once in a while, a guy just needed time to himself. Suddenly, Lynn pops out in front of him and tells him, "Hey, Lincoln, you're coming to my softball game tonight, right?" "Damn it, should have done a head count," Lincoln said, then spoke to Lynn. "Actually, Lynn, we've got some important business to attend to, like helping Lori with her work." But Lynn denied. "Bullshit. My team has won our last 6 games, and you and Lori are the only members of this family who haven't come out to support me." "That's because I was supporting my 6 other sisters at their things," Lincoln replied. "Sorry, Lynn, I just can't do it today." Suddenly, Lynn, in response, started holding the bat threateningly. "Sure you won't reconsider, Stinklin'?" Lincoln then cried out in anger, "God damn it, Lynn!" before he accuses. Later on, he's at the game with his family and Bobby at the bleachers. The mascots come out into the field and does a somersault. "Let's do this!" he yelled. "Let's do this!" the mascot yelled. "Well, isn't this a beautiful day at the park, isn't it, Pep?" the baseball announcer asked. "Oh, sure it is," Pep said, enthusiastic. It's at the bottom of the 9th when the Royal Wood Squirrels up 3-0. Could this be another shout-out for the star pitcher Lynn Loud Jr.? the baseball announcer asked. The crowd cheers for Lynn, and Lynn waves to the other people in her family, and they all root for her. She then starts doing some things to prepare for her pitch. She lifts her leg, turns her cap, tosses some dirt over her shoulders, and pats her right in the cheek. Loud is performing her signature good luck rituals, the baseball announcer said. "Hut-a-hut, hut-a-hut, hut-a-hut," Lynn yelled while doing the Cossack dance. "Hey, Pep, you'd believe there's anything to these kind of superstitions?" the baseball announcer asked. "I don't know," Pep said, not caring. "Just throw it, will you?" Jonathan yelled, annoyed. "Well, here's the wind-up pitch," the baseball announcer said. Lynn then winds up the pitches, but the opposing batter team slams it out of the park. "Ooh, it looks like the softball gods did not like that Cossack dance," the baseball announcer said. Soon enough, the Daisy Hill Daisies hit the ball each time, thus beating the Squirrels. "Hated that Cossack dance," the baseball announcer said, as the audience boos and the mascot looks with grief. "Don't worry about it, sis," Luna yelled. After the game, Lynn was looking down. "Hey, sis, look, I'm really sorry you lost," Lincoln said, before Lynn leaps out and hides behind a dumpster. Lynn then held a rotten banana peel and shouted, "Stay back, idiot! You're bad luck!" She quickly tosses the peel at Lincoln. Lincoln then complied, "What the hell are you talking about? My team has been dominating all season, and then the one time you show up, we lose," Lynn shouted at them. "That's ridiculous. I'm not bad luck," Lincoln denied, with what Lynn had said to him. "Yeah, you are bad luck, Stinklin, which is why I'm banning him from all future games," Lynn screamed furiously at Lori. "Now scram! I have to make things right with the softball gods." She then does her Cossack dance again. "Hut-a-hut, hut-a-hut, hut-a-hut." Back at the Loud House, Lincoln is then eating some eggs and bacon. Lenny, with her hair all curled up, came in and asked Lincoln, "Lincoln, are you coming to my charity fashion show? It's for a great cause. Oysters without pearls." Lynn suddenly jumps and tries to manipulate Lenny. "No, he'll ruin your fashion show, just like how he ruined my winning streak. He's bad luck." "Oh, come on, Lynn. That is absolutely..." But then Lincoln gets an idea. "True." And then he spoke to himself. "I think we may be on to something here." And then he turned to Lenny. "Lenny, I'd like to go to your fashion show, but I hate for my bad luck to make you trip, jam a zipper, or break a heel." Lenny then gasped in response, "The horror! Maybe you should sit this one out." Lincoln then said to himself, "I'll be there in spirit." And with that, Lincoln turns on the TV to watch a classic episode of SpongeBob SquarePants, with the French narrator speaking. "Ah, beautiful springtime, a time of fun and frolic the most. But not for poor Squidward, that poor slob." Suddenly, Lana then pounces on Lincoln and hog-ties him. "Hey, Link, you coming to my alligator wrestling match?" Lana asked, before Lenny pulls Lana away from Lincoln. Lenny then suddenly pulls Lana away and then started talking to her in an angry voice. "Hey, don't invite Lincoln! He could make her alligator trip or jam a zipper or break a heel." Lana then screamed in confusion. "What?" "I'm saying that Lincoln is bad luck," Lenny said in a stern voice. As Lana then suddenly turns to say to Lincoln, he said, "I cannot deny it now." Lana then changed her mind. Well, I'm sorry about that. Well, you should probably sit this one out. I'm wrestling my first 200-pounder, and I don't want to take any chances right now." Now Lincoln was talking to Lola, who was spraying her hair in a beehive. "Sure, Lola, I will come to your pageant. I just hope my bad luck doesn't make your hair go flat." Lola then gasps and sprays Lincoln away with screaming fear. "Get away from me!" Lincoln, who is talking to Luann in her clown outfit. "I'd love to attend your performance. I'm just afraid my bad luck might cause a clown car collision." "That would put a dent in things. Ha 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 ha!" Luann laughs before she finishes. "But seriously, don't come." Luann finishes as Lincoln leaves and is now talking to Lily. "Oh, Lily, I would sure love to come to your play date, but I'd hate for my bad luck to cause a boo-boo." Lily then blew a raspberry at Lincoln in response. Then he comes across Lisa. "Pshaw, there's no such thing as bad luck. There's only science. All else is hooey," Lisa scoffed as Lori approaches Lincoln with her golf clubs. "Sounds like Lisa has a point," Lori said as she points to Lincoln. "Lincoln, we need you to come to my tournament. Remember, now, this family supports each other." "You're right. I'm being silly. Let me get those for you," Lincoln said as he takes Lori's clubs and pretends to trip and then trips over in the bathroom with a lot of changing going on. Comes out with the club dented. "Oops," he grinned nervously. Lori then gasps in horror. "My 7-iron," but she became happy. "Oh, thank goodness. I'll never use that one again." She then happily throws away the 7-iron that gave her bad luck. "But Lori, I broke your club," Lincoln confessed. "Aw, it's okay, Linky," Lori said as she softly rubbed Lincoln's hair. "I'll be fairly honest, that club really made me lose every game. I'll buy another one. It's like Lisa said, you aren't bad luck, you're my only good luck charm." "See, Lincoln, all this bad luck nonsense is just a bunch of nonsense," Lisa stated. "I clearly stated that you will be attending Lori's golf game anyway, and you'll be attending to my lecture series on thermodynamics." Lincoln then began speaking to the viewers again. "Damn it, Lynn and 7 others think I'm bad luck, but not Lori and Lisa? Oh well, I guess I'll have to attend to both their activities." Later on that day, the sisters and the parents were leaving the house to attend their outings. Lori, on the other hand, had to be left at home in charge of Lincoln. "Come on, guys, it's time for my gator wrestling match," Lana screamed. "Lincoln, be good to Lori while we're gone, and do what she says," Rita said to Lori and Lincoln. "And Lori, make sure Lincoln stays out of trouble. I wish the house good luck." "Sure will, Mom. Bye," Lori replied. The family drove off, leaving Lori and Lincoln alone in the house. Lori closes the front door and then looks at him with a neutral look on her face. She crossed her arms and taps her foot. "Lincoln, come here, please," Lori said to Lincoln. Lincoln was nervous, as he just thinks that she's going to hurt him. She waits patiently while tapping her fingers on her arm. Lincoln approaches her in hesitation. "Lincoln, we need to talk, all right?" Lori said to Lincoln in a maternal tone. Okay, Lincoln replied. All right, out of all the kids in this house, why would you do that? Lori asked, with him still in a maternal tone. Do what? Lincoln asked her. The constant lying. I just don't like liars, Lori replied in a maternal tone. I really don't. Lincoln then tried to explain. Well, because I thought that I may be taking advantage of Lynn's jinx, would hope everyone get out of your big events. What? Lori said in a stern voice. Lincoln, you know you really are doing that thing to get away from Lynn's jinx. It's the only way to keep you from attending our events. Would you say it's a bad idea? Lincoln asked her. Yes, Lincoln, it's a really big idea. Bad idea, Lori explained in her stern tone. Do you know how dangerous it is for an 11-year-old boy like you to be left alone in this house without anyone older than you to be in charge of you? What are you saying? Lincoln asked her. Lori then continued speaking. Look, I'm just saying this because it's against the law to leave a child at home under the age of 18 to be alone in the house without a guardian. Lincoln then realizes and says, oh yeah, why didn't I think about it? And Lori continued, because Lincoln, you're just a kid. And also, if you don't need to listen to Lynn. She is just angry because she lost the game. And I don't get angry when I lose a game. I just accept my defeat and get it over with. As there is a saying, if you don't succeed, try again. And that's a mortal I take seriously. But it's not about you, Lincoln. It's about us, too. Just because you're bad luck to one sister, it doesn't mean you're bad luck to all the others like me. I believe you are good luck. Remember that you dented and broken my 7-iron earlier today? Yeah? Lincoln tried to speak. So every time I use that 7-iron now is broken, I get bad luck, Lori replied. For example, when a bee gets to me, I fear it may sting me and I end up passing an over par. That thing. It's just like a curse to me that would possibly ruin my reputation for golf. But now that club is now just broken thanks to you, I'm going to have lots of good luck. And please don't worry about it. I'll buy a new one later. So you're not mad at me for breaking your 7-iron? Lincoln asked her again. No, I'm not. But I am happy with you taking the advantage of that jinx of Lynn's, Lori said with a stern voice, but then soon turned very nice. And besides that, I'm just glad that you're home with me. Besides, I'm going to be going to college soon, so we might as well do some bonding. So what would you like to do, Lincoln? Lincoln then thought to himself, want to play Super Smash Bros? Or would you rather watch TV? There's nothing good on TV, Lori replied to Lincoln. But I'll play a video game with you. At home, Lincoln and Lori played Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Wii. Lori had won 3 matches against Lincoln, with Lincoln being 1 match against Lori. Later on that night, they were getting ready for bed as Lincoln gets tucked into bed by a big-hearted Lori. Lori then whispers to him, "Good night, Linky." Once she finishes, she turns off the light and closes the door. The next day, Lori and Lincoln go downstairs to join breakfast with the family. But as soon as they joined, Lynn gets in and pushes Lincoln out of the dining room. Lynn starts screaming angrily, "Stay out of the dining room, Lincoln! You're bad luck!" Lori decides to protest against Lynn's actions. "Hey, you can't talk to him like that!" Rita then started speaking to Lincoln. "Lincoln, would you consider eating breakfast in the living room today?" "But Mother..." But Lynn Sr. joined in and spoke in a very stern voice. "Lincoln, you listen to your mother right now. I've got a big presentation and your mother's got back-to-back root canal patients and we are not going to risk you spreading your bad luck to us." Lori then stated and started to become annoyed at her parents. "Dad, don't you think you're being a little too harsh on him?" But Lynn Sr. still didn't listen. "Lorraine Marie Loud, you stay out of this." "Yeah, if you sit next to Lincoln, you'll get bad luck," Lynn agreed with her father. Lori started growling furiously at Lynn. "And I don't believe in bad luck. Now you're bringing him back to the table or else." But Rita started yelling at Lori and Lynn. "That's enough, 2 of you. Lori Loud, Lincoln has bad luck, and we can't risk any more." The family resumes eating their breakfast. Lori started grumbling about the situation. "I think Lynn is just taking this way too seriously." Lisa agreed. "I agree. All of that bad luck is nothing but a marquee mixed with denial and anger." Later that evening, around 6:30 p.m., the family is getting ready to see a movie. "Come on, kids, the movie starts in a half an hour," Rita yelled. The girls then came downstairs, super excited to see it. "Dibs on holding the popcorn," Lincoln both shouted. Come on, Lincoln. I can't wait to see it, Lori said in happiness. Lynn then screams and leaps out of the room in a house of fear. Her parents then now looked at Lincoln. Whoa. Not so fast, Lincoln. I wish you could come, but with your bad luck, who knows what could go wrong with you and our sights, Lynn Sr. said to him in concern. Come on, guys, it's going to be fun, Lincoln begged. The movie could sell out, Lola shouted angrily. I could get stuck behind some lady with a beehive, Luna said sternly. Someone could get scalded with molten butter, Lana said angrily. The partner then thought to himself and said, I didn't even think of that one. Sorry, Lincoln. I guess I'll have to sit this one out. Oh, and don't forget, Lenny replied. Don't worry. I'll tell you how the movie ends. Lori then looks around and decides to have her own excuse not to leave Lincoln alone, and then she replied, On second thought, I don't want to see the movie. I heard it has gotten low reviews, so I'll pass, if it's alright. Can I stay home with Lincoln? You're lost, Lola replied. Suit yourself, Lana replied softly. I'm afraid I must decline too, Lisa agreed with Lori. I need to consult with some friends from Australia about the atmosphere in their country. Rita then realized and started speaking their maternal tone again. Okay then, if that's what you want then. Lindsay then spoke normally to Lori. Alright, Lori, I guess you'll be in charge of Lincoln and Lisa. Lincoln, you and Lisa be good to Lori, okay? Rita asked. No worries, Lincoln replied. Yes, Mother Unit, Lisa replied. With that, the family takes off. Back inside the house, Lori asked Lincoln and Lisa a question. So guys, what would you like to do for tonight? Lincoln then started making a suggestion. Well, do you think that maybe we can watch some TV together? I think I want to watch a documentary, Lisa suggested. Okay then, Lori agreed. Let's find a good documentary that will be worth our time. Lori, Lincoln, and Lisa were watching a documentary about dinosaurs. It shows two different species of dinosaurs. When threatened, the Stegosaurus will turn its backside, showing its spike. The timatizers, like at the end of the tail, it's used to defend themselves from rival predators like the Allosaurus. If it doesn't work, then the Stegosaurus will flush its blood into its plates, creating a frightening display of color. This helps the Stegosaurus imitate and confuse the rival predator. The Allosaurus catches and the message and walks away from a dangerously protected herbivore. This behavior is similar to the modern-day animals like the crested porcupine. When threatened by modern-day predators like lions and hyenas, it will display their quills to imitate the predators and confuse them to go after something else. Lisa said to herself, I will say, watching a documentary is much better than watching most of today's movies. I agree with you, Lori said, agreed with Lisa. Lincoln somehow thought to himself, I wonder if Lynn feels imitated by me. Lincoln, you don't need to worry about that, Lisa said. She's pretty much as mindless as a sheep. Besides, I think she's taking her loss way too seriously, Lori replied as she was rubbing Lincoln's hair. Do you think they still love me? Lincoln asked in sadness. Of course they do, Lori stated softly. You're their only brother, for we won't let anything happen to you. Later, as they got ready for bed, they noticed that there was something wrong with Lincoln's bedroom door, which was now boarded up with hazard tape, and there was a note on it. What the? No, this can't be happening, Lori said to herself before she reads the note. Sorry, Lincoln, but you can't sleep here tonight. We just can't risk it. Lynn? She then gets angry and yells out, Are you literally joking me? It does have Lynn's name written on it, Lisa said to herself. Lincoln then tried to look down in sadness and spoke downward. I guess that means I'll have to sleep on the couch. But Lori stopped him. Wait, Lincoln, please. What is it? Lincoln asked her in surprise. Lincoln, how about you sleep in my room tonight? Lori spoke softly. But what about the stay out of your bedroom? Lincoln confessed. Actually, Lincoln, I think maybe we can make a new rule in the house, Lori explained. You're allowed to sleep in my bedroom as much as you like. You can even sleep on Lenny's bed. Really? Lincoln asked in surprise. Lori then nods her head in agreement and then becomes teary-eyed. Oh, thanks, Lori. You're the best big sister a brother could ever have. And then he hugs Lori in happiness. Later in Lori and Lenny's bedroom, where Lincoln gets settled in Lenny's bed before bedtime. Suddenly, Lisa comes in with a big surprise for Lincoln. Guess what, Lincoln? I took the liberty of opening your bedroom and rescue your comics, posters, clothes, action figures. Lincoln then hugs Lisa and cheer and cried, "Thanks, Lisa. What can I do without you?" "I know, elder brother Unit. I just don't know," Lisa said to him. "Good night, Lisa. Good night, Lincoln," Lori said as she was getting into bed. "Good night, Lori. Good night, Lisa," Lincoln said as he fell asleep. "Good night, Lori. Good night, Lincoln," Lisa said as she went to her bedroom to sleep. With that, the all three went to sleep. Sometime later, the Loud family had finally came home, and they went inside. Rita then spoke out, "Lori, Lincoln, But they noticed everything was quiet. Home? They probably must have went to sleep early, Ma," Luna explained. Lenny then sees a note on the coffee table and reads it. "Dear Lenny, I think it might be best if you sleep in the treehouse. This is for your safety, Lori." "Maybe it's to prevent Lincoln from giving your bad luck nightmare," Luna explained. "Oh, I think you're right, Luna," Lenny said softly, trying not to wake Lori and the kids up. "I guess it'll be much safer up there." "Okay then, good night, Lenny," Rita said to Lenny quietly. "I'll see you in the morning, Lenny," Len Sr. said to Lenny quietly. With that, Lenny went outside, climbed up to the treehouse, and noticed all of Lenny's things were in the treehouse. It looks like Lori wasn't joking one bit when she said her and her family had moved my stuff to the treehouse, Lenny said to herself. "But at the very least, it's a very roomy treehouse. Well, if I'm going to be sleeping in this treehouse, I'll finally have a room to myself after all this time, and I could finally have some quiet and privacy while keeping my ears open," Lenny spoke to herself in happiness as she changed out of her clothes into her nightgown and climbed onto her bed in her old mattress. Lenny then yawned and spoke drearily, "Well, good night to me and Chaz." She then fell asleep for the night. The next morning, Lori wakes Lincoln up and takes him downstairs while holding hands, not to only have breakfast with his family. Rita just got the most exciting news. As Rita was explaining the good news to the 8 of the girls, "Kids, we got a special treat for you. Since your father's presentation went so well, and your mother's root canals too," Len Sr. added in. Rita then finishes her sentence. "We thought we'd celebrate it with a trip to the beach tomorrow." In response, all the sisters cheer, and Lori and Lincoln then came in for the dining room. "We're going to the beach tomorrow?" Lincoln asked happily. "This is exciting news. We are going to have lots of fun," Lori shouted happily. Lynn Sr. then turned to Lincoln. "Oh God, sorry Link, not you. Someone could easily get attacked by a shark, or caught in a reptile," Lynn added in concern. "Or stung by a jellyfish," Luna added in concern. "If that happens, I call peeing on the wound," Lana yelled at him. Suddenly the family exclaimed in disgust. "Ew, gross, Lana." "Come on, you guys, be reasonable," Lincoln explained dejectfully. "Yeah, that's absolutely not fair," Lori confessed as she was taking Lincoln's side. "Fair?" Luna then started screaming angrily at Lori. "I'll tell you what's not fair, young lady. Having bad luck kid like Lincoln. He's banned from all of our family activities." "Lori, I am really sorry, but we're not risking it," Rita spoke to anger to Lori. "But Mom, that's not the way it is," Lori started explaining angrily to Rita. "Well, it should be this way, because Lincoln is bad luck," Lynn yelled at her. "Lynn Morgan Loud Jr., Lincoln is not bad luck," Lori began yelling at Lynn in a fury. Lynn then started raising her voice. "Yes, he is! I lost the game because of him!" "That's ridiculous. I'm not bad luck, believe me," Lincoln confessed. Lynn, in a suddenly fit of rage, punches Lincoln in the stomach and starts yelling furiously, "I don't believe in you anymore at all." Lola then pushes Lincoln out of the door and started raising her voice. "You're bad luck, Lincoln. You can't come." She then slams the door closed on him. Lori, who saw this incident, got mad at Lola and Lynn and started screaming at the top of your lungs. "Have you guys lost your damn minds?" "Lori, calm down," Rita exclaimed in shock. But Lori didn't obey her mother this time and continued lashing at her family. "Calm down? Calm down? How in the living hell can I calm down if you keep neglecting your child like that?" All the girls and sons Lisa screamed out, "Because she's bad luck." Lori and then screaming in anger, continuing, "Bad luck? Are you going to keep him labeled like this for the rest of his life?" "Yes, I am, Lori, because he made me lose the game," Lynn screamed in annoyance. Lori then continued yelling in anger. And to make matters even worse, you threatened him to come. Suddenly, everyone was shocked and started speaking angrily towards Lynn. Lynn Lau Jr.? Lynn then confessed, look, I wanted him to come, but after that loss, I wanted him banned because it could never happen to you too. Lori then continued yelling it to Lynn. Save it, young lady. You can't admit that you're never cared about your own brother, but your own game. And you never learn from that, and you can't always win. You're taking this way too seriously. Because I'm number one. I never lose the game, Lynn yelled back in anger. But Lori still yelled furiously at Lynn. It's never about you at all. All you care about is winning. But all you failed about is to admit that you have to accept the defeat sometimes. I've lost a few golf games, but do I ever take out my anger on my family after a loss? Lori yelled once again. Yes, it was my 7th iron, and the one golf club that gave me bad luck has made me lose the games, but I still say he's good luck, to me at least. I have to agree with Lori on this subject, Lisa agreed in anger. All this bad luck is just nonsense and baloney. That is just Lynn in both denial and anger. You keep my feelings out of it, Lisa, Lynn yelled at Lisa. Lincoln is bad luck, and that's final. He's also a bad influence. Lori then continued to explain angrily to her family. That is not true. Here's a confession to make. Lincoln lied to us all of you. He used Lynn's jinx to get out of your activities. I was not happy at him for that, and I told him that it was not about him. It's about us too. You guys have absolutely no right to shove him out of your lives over a little white lie. I let him sleep in my bedroom after you lock him out of his bedroom. Suddenly, the entire family gasped in surprise, knowing that Lori took a risk. This is why you let me sleep in your treehouse? Lynn asked in shock. Lori then still screamed in anger as she was about to tear up. Yes, I care about Lincoln, and that's what a good sibling does. I know I had no right to care about my phone or my beloved boyfriend over my brother, but at least my family comes in first. While it was all true, but Lori, you have no right to yell at us like that, Rita said to Lori in an angry voice. But then Lori started yelling even louder. Well then, you know what? That means I have a right to stand up against my family who treat my brother like garbage. And you all have no right to leave him alone like that in the treehouse without someone in charge of him. So that is why you choose to stay at home with Lincoln? Luna realized. Yeah, and I for one had to support Lincoln and Lily in this time of need, Lisa agreed. Lynn Sr. then said angrily to her, you know what, Lori? If you want to keep raising your voice like that and take us and Lincoln and Lily's side, all because you say he isn't bad luck, then you will have to forget about going to the beach with us tomorrow. Well, fine by me, Dad, because if you can't take Lincoln to the beach because you think he's bad luck, then I will take him to the beach without any of you. Lori finished up her rage-filled rant. Until you all realize what you have done is wrong, you guys are no longer part of our fucking family. I shall go to the beach with Lori and her family. I despise all of you, Lisa yelled as she pointed at her family. And you all no longer exist to me, Lori and Lincoln. Fare thee well, loud family. Lori angrily slams the front door, while the rest of the family is in pause. They all looked at each other outside. Lori and Lisa shook their heads at the shame of their own family for disowning Lincoln. For me, some sister Lynn is, Lisa scoffed. Lori then asked them, what kind of idiot parents would just attempt to kick their own child out of the house and out of the family over a stupid lie when he really is under the age of 18? A poor supplement brainless, hairless ape who isn't smart like us, Lisa responded. Forget it, Lisa. We don't need them. We can have our own fun time at the beach, Lori replied. They took a notice to see Lincoln crying after being disowned by his own family. Lori then came down to console Lincoln. She then gave him a hug and stroked his hair. There, Lincoln, Lori spoke softly. It's okay, I'm here. Lori, Lincoln said in a sad voice as he sniffs. Do you really think I'm bad luck forever? Lori then releases him and said to him, Lincoln, let's drop it. We don't need them anymore. I'll go get my stuff and meet you and Lisa at the bus stop, and we can go to the beach. Come on, big brother. Let them have Vanzilla and we could take the bus to the beach, Lisa agreed. Shortly afterwards, Lincoln and Lisa were sitting together, waiting for Lori to get their stuff. Lori arrived in time as the bus pulled in, and all three of them got onto the bus to go to the beach. At the beach, Lisa was building a sandcastle while adding seashells to her castle. Lori was sitting next to Lincoln, and she constantly stroked his hair while he was down in the dumps. Lori then spoke softly to Lincoln. Hey bud, chin up. You don't need them. You got me and Lisa. You are right, Lincoln replied. Thank you for standing me up back there. It was my pleasure, little bro, Lori said in a soft voice as she rubs the back of Lincoln's back, feeling more sorry for him than she ever messed with Lynn has done with him. Lori, why did you do this for me? Lincoln asked her kindly but sadly. Because you're a part of my family, Lincoln, Lori said sadly. You're so special to me and Bobby. I wouldn't trade it for the world. You're also my good luck charm. I still say that there's such thing as good luck anyways, Lisa agreed. You bet, Lisa, Lincoln thought to them. I wonder if there's any good on the movies today. Lori checks her phone to see what movie was playing, and then she tells them, hey guys, after our time at the beach, how about we all go to the movies and watch the movie Mom and Dad Took the Family to, since we missed out on for Lincoln. Sounds great, Lincoln agreed. Affirmative, Lisa agreed. Throughout the rest of their time at the beach, Lori and Lincoln had built sandcastles, but they also took a splash in the ocean and had a splash fight. Lincoln buried Lisa in the sand, making her a mermaid. Lori buried Lincoln in the sand, making an ace savvy. And they all played volleyball against the three teenage boys and won. They all sat together with each of their arms and shoulders. Isn't this a nice day? Lori said in a calm voice. The sun is shining, the birds are calling, and the waves are coming in. It sure is, Lincoln agreed. I agree, Lisa agreed. Lori then said to them, well, I guess it's time to go to the movies. We need to be there on time just to see the previews. Yes, let's, Lisa agreed. The three siblings went to put on their regular attire and then went to the movies that the family went to see that made Lincoln miss out on the activities his sisters had. He was very lucky and was happy that he had two of his sisters that care for him. After the movie, Lori cringed and deeply regretted about seeing the movie. Wow, I knew I shouldn't have talked myself into taking you guys to see the movie, Lori said in disgust. It's a good thing Lynn's jinx kept you from seeing the movie. And you weren't even kidding, Lincoln agreed. I knew it was a bad choice to pick the movie, Lisa agreed. Lori then said to Lincoln, you know, sweetheart, I guess Lenny didn't have to tell you how it ended after all, huh? I would definitely put the scene in Garbage House, because that movie sucked, Lincoln said angrily to himself. Suddenly, Lori's phone eventually buzzed, and she got a text from Rita saying that they need to come home and have a talk. Lincoln then gulped in fear. Uh-oh, I hope this isn't about disowning us. Don't worry, Lincoln. When we come home, you just have to be brave, Lori said to Lincoln softly. Even if they're going to disown us, we will be there for you as always, Lisa agreed. You guys are right. It's time to man up and face my fears, Lincoln said bravely. The three siblings got back home by the bus. Lori and Lincoln and Lisa filled the confidence, and they entered the house to face the family. Lynn Sr. then began to speak. Lori, Lincoln, and Lisa, there is something we have to tell you. I know what it is going to be about you guys, Lori said in a stern manner. If you want to disown us because you think Lincoln is bad luck, we will stay with Pop-Pop or Aunt Ruth or even with Bobby if you ask us. At least we have some compassion to our brother, Lisa agreed. Actually, we want to say that, Rita said in a sad voice. Lori was right, and we are very sorry. Really? Lincoln asked in surprise. Yes, lad, Lynn Sr. replied in sadness. We have clearly had no right to toss you out of our lives. And Lori, we kind of deserve that, Rita said in a sad voice. Lynn approaches Lincoln and then spoke to him in a sad voice. Hey, I want to say that you're right, and you weren't bad luck after all. Luna then spoke to Lincoln. But the thing is, bro, you have no right to lie to us. It's what Lori said. It's not about you. It's about us too, Luann agreed. We kind of feel bad for leaving you behind from our activities, Lucy said, feeling like she was about to cry. I shouldn't have shoveled you right out of that front door, Lola said as she sounded like she was going to cry. The thing is, we all love you, and we are sorry for aborting your room, Lana said in a sad tone. Pooh-pooh, Lily cried. We decided not to punish you both after we got what we deserved, Rita replied sadly. And you were right, Lynn Sr. agreed. We shouldn't have left you alone without supervision. And I am very glad you've listened to me on this subject, Lori said in a maternal voice. You are forgiven, Loud family, Lincoln replied. The entire family gave Lincoln a group hug and felt heart apology when they released him. Lincoln then continued. So how was the game, Lynn? We lost again, Lynn started, explaining it to Lincoln, and I found out we had one of the worst players on my team. It turns out that one of my teammates was bad luck the whole time, and it was because she had a 3-leaved clover and not a 4-leaf clover, which is supposed to mean good luck. At this point, Lynn felt like she was about to cry, and I became the dummy to mark you bad luck, and I should never have left you done this to you. And also, you don't have to worry about coming to my games because I'm grounded from playing them for threatening you to come. I'm sorry, little bro. I truly am. I'm just glad we're a family again, Lincoln said as he comforted Lynn. Me too, bro. Me too, Lynn cried as she hugged Lincoln. Rita felt the decision to make. Lori, since you took Lincoln to the beach, how about we all go tomorrow for a do-over for Lincoln? The family cheered, and Lincoln was very happy to hear the news. The next day the family was at the beach. Lincoln was playing volleyball with Lynn as his partner. Lincoln then turns his head to the audience. You know, I'm just happy that my family no longer thinks I'm bad luck. And plus, I'm thankful to have 2 of my sisters who supported me for this incident of Lynn's. I truly love my family, and I would never trade it for the world. Of course, the moral of the story is, you can't live off of a lie, because lies will continue to cause more troubles, not only for you, but for others as well. Lynn then calls for him. Hey, Lincoln, you want a chicken fight with Lori and Lisa later? Well, I gotta go. Lincoln finishes before he turns to Lynn. Coming, Lynn! With that, Lincoln jumps into Lynn's shoulders and Lisa on Lori's shoulders playing chicken fight in the water. Rita was relaxing with her husband, Lynn Sr., on the bench of the chairs and then spoke up to Lynn. Let's promise never to listen to Lynn anymore and try to punish her for the repeated behavior. I agree with you, honey, Lynn Sr. agreed, as he and Rita both changed their glasses as they continued to enjoy their do-over at the beach. Well, and that, my pretties, was No Such Luck alternative version, written by the Loud Storywriter. My final thoughts on this story, well, I could definitely say No Such Luck was actually a Lincoln torture episode, which it was garbage, and utter garbage, because, for those who have seen the episode, it's just, the way the family treated Lincoln was garbage and that. But this is like an alternative version, of, Lori as well as Lisa taking a stand and, being on his side and supporting him through all the bullying that he went through. So, in all due reality, I prefer reading this one over, watching the No Such Luck episode. And not to mention, there are a lot of fan fictions, like alternative versions, sequels to No Such Luck, fan fictions on, on a lot of sites. And I'm surprised that, they still have some of those, which, I'm surprised. I've seen them on fanfiction.net and that. But I find this one to be one of the good ones. No Such Luck was garbage. But if No Such Luck was to ever get a remake, this is the kind of remake I would prefer to see. At least, this is showing that Lori and Lisa actually stood up for Lincoln in this one, which I'm really glad, because that's honestly why, I can honestly say why that was the case. But even though that one was garbage, but, the actual episode, I really would have to say that this one's a much better episode than No Such Luck. Like the original one. This is a lot better. Oh boy. Over the yelling of, when Lori was yelling, like, wow, I almost lost my voice there because I had to raise my voice. Well, good thing I didn't wake any neighbors by yelling, because they'll be like, why are you yelling? We're trying to sleep. Something like that. But, well, I don't really know if I'm going to get hate for this or not, but like I said, No Such Luck is, garbage. And I could definitely say a lot of people will agree with me on the actual episode No Such Luck being garbage. Now, I just want to say right now, this is a fan fiction, and it's only fictional. For any of you guys are wondering, this is an alternative version. So, yeah, if people don't like, this version of No Such Luck, and they preferred, the other versions that other people have wrote, that's fine. I respect their opinions. But yeah, we can all agree that this story was a good one. And I gotta say, the Loud Writer, you did pretty good with this story. And I have to say that this one is definitely a lot better than the actual episode No Such Luck. So I did a review on No Such Luck, and I did tear it in a brand new one. And I did, tear into a brand new one, but that's like a completely different story. Okay. I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm going to sit here and say this right now, that this is simply my own personal opinion on this story. If you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is just simple. Well, it's not really a creepypasta, but you guys can, give out your own opinion or something, because everyone has their own opinion. So, anyways, yeah, what did you guys personally think of this fan fiction? Oh, I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10, mainly because it's a lot better than No Such Luck. Although No Such Luck was terrible, but I find this to be a much better story than how No Such Luck went out, like the actual episode. I mean, it's pretty good written story, and I love this version much better than the original one, because the original one was garbage. Okay, I guess with that being said, and that being the case, what did you guys personally think of this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make the story a lot better? Feel free to leave me now what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you're new to my channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.